The race or the fight for people's attention is becoming tougher and tougher every day. That is the reason why when you turn on your phone and your internet is on, before you know, you see a lot of messages popping up, and all are geared towards getting your attention. And interestingly, the ones or the messages that is the loudest or the finest may likely get your attention, even though not all of those messages may be applicable to you, or not all of them may be what you are looking for. But whether it is for you or not for you, some way, somehow, you will get to see them. It is on this note that I welcome you to yet another edition or another episode of the show, Business Sense with Coach Simon. I'm a business branding coach and consultant, and my mission for doing this show is very simple. It is to help you build a globally profitable and relevant brand. We started a series talking about how to boost your brand's visibility, and we started by looking at what visibility really is. And we said that visibility is simply the point you get to where your business gets to be heard, get to be seen, and gets to be known. So we're going to be continuing, as we'll be dedicating this episode to discussing or talking about the advantages of becoming visible. Are there advantages? If there are advantages of becoming visible, what are some of those advantages? The reason why I needed to share this with you is so as to show you that there's going to be a reward for the efforts you're going to put in towards increasing or towards improving or towards boosting your visibility. All right. So let's look at some of them. Number one is the fact that it increases your patronage. The more visible you become as a business, the better your chances of getting patronage. The more people get to hear about you, the more people get to know you, or the more people get to see you, the better the likelihood of getting patronized. That's number one. Number two is improved client or customer base. Of course, when people get to patronize you, from them you can be able to harvest customers or clients into your client base. What this means is that you may increase your chances of getting reoccurring patronages from some clients or some customers when you become visible. Because sometimes the issues is not that people don't want to buy from you. Sometimes this issue of trust is the issue of trust. And because people can be able to trust you, if they get to a point where the more frequent they see you, the more consistent they see you push your products or push your business, all right, via any means, the better the chances of them getting to trust you enough to want to patronize you again. All right, that's number two. Number three, better chances of getting investors or partners. Or getting investors or partners. Now, when you become visible, because of course, the resultant effect of visibility, visibility is actually an effect, or the consequence, or a consequence, or the consequence of you constantly showing up and doing what you do, all right, to be able to push your business. And what that would mean is that it will begin to create a sort of idea or sort of feeling on the minds of some people who may be interested in wanting to invest, because they've seen your works over time, right? So it becomes easier for people to want to trust you enough to want to invest in that business. Because another thing also is the fact that as you become more visible, people get to have a feeling that if this person can grow this big, or if this person can have this reach, that means that that means that the business most likely is something that is profitable, or is something that is worth pushing. And because it is worth pushing, I think it will be worth investing in, especially if the business is one that has the potential of making profit. So what this means is that it increases your chances of getting people to invest in your business. It also increases your chances of getting people to partner with you, either to carry out a project, to partner with you, to be able to advance your business, all right, and the rest of that. Aside that, also, it also apart from that, also, you begin to lead the market if you become more visible. So the level of the leadership you're going to have or experience or control in the marketplace is largely determined by how visible you are. There are some people who call certain shots, whether you like it or not. That is because of their level of visibility. You understand? When you talk about social media, one of the leaders of the social media in the social media space, you can't mention one or two without mentioning Meta, which is the owners of Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. All right. They are I stand corrected, but they are like the biggest. They are more like what you want to call in the business world the industry leaders when it comes to social media platforms. You understand? Because in terms of reach, in terms of acceptability, even in terms of coverage, I mentioned reach in terms of coverage, all right, even in terms of usage, they're about the biggest. And so you can say that when it comes to the social media industry or social media sphere, they are like the biggest. Why? Because of their level of visibility. And so you begin to lead the market, especially as it relates to your industry, all right, or as it relates to your trade, or as it relates to what you do. Your profession, you begin to lead in that aspect if you become more visible. You can see the advantage. Aside that, also, it gives you access. Once you become the market leader, it gives you access to enormous opportunities, both from government, both from private sector, internationally, and the rest of them. You understand? So it opens you up to enormous opportunities out there. Enormous opportunities out there that you could take advantage of to advance your business. Aside that, also, it's growth and expansion. The guarantee that your business will grow. Of course, when you have opportunities, when your patronage is good, when there's cash flow, of course you can do much more. You can then begin to expand into other territories, or begin to expand into other deliverables in your business. Aside that, also, the ultimate of them all is that it increases your influence. It increases your influence, and of course, by extension, your impact. It increases your influence. There are some people in some industries, like, for example, in the leadership industry, for example, assuming that leadership, I know that they may want to categorize that into human capital development industry, if that is an industry. But when you talk about leadership, as far as leadership is concerned globally, one of the persons that comes to mind is John C. Maxwell. You understand? He has not just become a leader in that industry, he has also become an institution. an institution, because most of the quotes, most of the definitions that people give that about leadership, you understand, his own, whether they have their own personal customized meaning, they want to make allusion to his definition. You understand? And virtually almost everybody who has who is who is in the within the leadership industry, all right, has some way somehow read his book. You understand? You can say of him that he is a leader. He is one of the leaders. I'm very careful not to say he's the leader, but he's one of the leaders when it comes to leadership. You understand? So when it comes to social media, like I made example earlier, Meta, you understand, Facebook, one of the biggest. So okay, let me qualify it, one of the major leaders in the industry. You understand? So with them now, they can be able to influence certain decisions, even made by government. You understand? There are certain regulations that government may want to make about social media generally, or they may want to make about leadership. You understand that they won't effectively do it without getting the input of the persons behind, like Mark Zuckerberg and his team and John C. Maxwell. They won't be able to do certain legislation or put certain policies in place in an ideal situation without consulting them or without getting their opinion. I get to my point. So they've succeeded in influencing what happens, even thought patterns. They've succeeded in influencing sometimes even trends. Even trends, they can influence it, and by extension, they are making impact. So you can see that it is very good. You stand at an advantageous position when you become visible. And that is the reason why you need to do everything you can as a business to become visible. I end with this. Brand whose visibility is good does not suffer like those with poor visibility. So I hope you've learned something today, that you need to begin to pay attention to your visibility. Don't be doing hide and seek with your business. Don't be doing hide and seek. Don't be the one that you show up today, will not hear from you again till next time. Don't be that kind of person. Become intentional. Intentionally show up and intentionally build up your visibility. And you're going to begin to enjoy the benefits I just reeled out. Thank you very much for investing this time. Before I go, I want to specially use this opportunity to invite you to activate your Essence Conference 2025. It's going to be happening online. All right. It's going to be happening online from the 6th from the 4th, which is a Friday, to the 6th of July 2025. And it's going to be happening between the hours, it's going to be starting daily during the hours of 7 p.m. West African time. And I want to specially use the opportunity to invite you to say, come and be part of this. And you don't want to miss this for anything. If you desire to become globally relevant, then this edition of the conference, this year's edition, you don't want to miss it. 7 amazing speakers will be speaking in this conference, and it promises to be life transforming. It promises to be life transforming, and you don't want to miss it. So all you have to do, the attendance is absolutely free. All you have to do is to join the link I'm going to be attaching to this right away. Right? And I look forward to us enjoying, having a good time during the conference. Thank you very much for investing this time. And I wish you nothing but the very best today. All right? So keep doing business, keep making money, and most importantly, keep living the limitless life. Simon Marty is my name. God bless you.